Hi everyone and welcome to the Shy Sheep. So on this week's video, I thought it would be fun to go through my figure collection wishlist. And I kind of got this idea just because, well, lately I've been doing quite a few videos at my computer, and I'm sure in passing while I've been going through other stuff, you guys have seen my wishlist, but it does change a lot, quite often. And I just thought it would be fun to actually go through the figures on there that I haven't mentioned because, like, you know, they weren't like announcements or like things at Wonfes or WonHobby or prototypes or whatever. Because I just thought it would be fun, and I hope that this isn't going to be boring me pointing out figures that I like. I thought it would be interesting, so maybe you can get a feel for what kind of figures I like. I don't know. So the first one I wanted to speak about was this Mikasa Ackerman one from Attack on Titan. I love Attack on Titan. Amazing anime, just top notch. Season 4, the final season, is spectacular so far. I love Mikasa as well. She's such a strong woman. And I actually own the Eren figure. I don't really know if you can see him in the background behind me, but he's like in the third D12 display cabinet. Sorry, I say D12 because I'm lazy. I know that they aren't actually D12s. And I have Fortitude Levi on pre-order, so I feel like I need a Mikasa. I'm actually shocked that there isn't an almond, but okay. But yeah, I would really like this figure. She isn't like at the very top of my list, but she's near the top. So like, if I saw her pre-owned for a good price and I like maybe had one of the other pre-owned figures that I really wanted already, I would probably pick her up. I love how dynamic she is and like her pose. I think it's a really good one. I love the boots, and if Eren is any indication of how this Mikasa is, I'm sure she looks stunning in detail and sculpt and shading, and yeah, I think she'd look amazing next to him with Fortitude Levi, like in the middle or something. I don't know how I would do it, but yeah, I really love this figure. So okay, then before I go into these, the next 4 ones are actually pending, I guess you could say. They're just on the list for now. The reason being is we're actually, my boyfriend and I are watching Black Butler now, like currently. I think we're like just over halfway of season 1. I didn't actually know there were figures for this show, by the way, but I looked them up the other day and I was like, oh my god, they look amazing. But I generally don't like to like buy figures of the anime or characters. Sorry if you can hear sounds in the background, while I'm watching it, or like just after watching it, because I like to think about it and see if the anime sticks with me. But I'm really enjoying Black Butler so far, and the story just keeps getting more and more interesting as you get further into the anime. So I'm hoping that continues throughout all the seasons, and I really love Ciel and Sebastian. Sebastian's my favorite. He's so cool. I didn't actually like Grell at first, but I like him now. And the Undertaker I find really interesting. So I'll just go into these. Unfortunately for me, if I do end up sticking with these on my wish list and wanting them, unfortunately, like Grell and the Undertaker man have super high aftermarket. Anyway, so here we have Sebastian. I did think his base looked kind of big, but I saw a picture where Ciel can like come over here, which I think is really cute. I think that would look really nice. So yeah, I really love this Sebastian figure, especially these frames and his pose, and yeah, see, here's what I was talking about. It does sort of hide Sebastian, but I guess you could like position him a little bit further back. But yeah, I think they would look so good together. Like, that really just completes the figure, having Ciel and Sebastian together. And obviously he has Grell, Ciel, and Sebastian. They look so good. These are such interesting figures, of course, by Kotobukiya. I absolutely love the bases they've chosen for every single one of them, and just the poses, and especially Grell's figure is amazing. I really love what they've done, and Sebastian looks so good. I mean, come now. Anyway, so that's Sebastian, and then obviously we have Ciel over here. I love this chest piece that he's on. I love his little outfit. Of course, here we have Grell looking just so good. I mean, honestly, like I said, I didn't like him at first. I found him quite annoying, but he's actually just hilarious now. I love this pose with his hands. just so good. Okay, my figure collection saying wants to load, but yeah, I think this is such a good figure of him. And of course we have the Undertaker man. I find him extremely interesting. Honestly, the first few things I was like, this man seems really weird, and then when you find out about him, I was like, okay, I didn't know that. Also, this side, so cool. Love his face. And yeah, I think this is such a beautiful figure, but I'm pretty sure the aftermarket, beautiful. I love the scars on his face, his nails. I love this figure, just. So the next one is this Kaneki figure from Tokyo Ghoul. I love the first 2 seasons of Tokyo Ghoul. The last 2 were like, eh. But I heard that it like differed from the manga, so I think the manga is a lot better probably, so. Yeah, I love this figure. I mean, there's so many references to Kaneki in here, like his cracking his knuckles, the chains that he has broken around his ankles and wrist, the black nails, his mask, his, I think it's Kagune, right? I think that's these little ghoul parts. I love this. I think this is just such a good figure of Kaneki, and I would love to own this. He's like grail worthy for me. I love Kaneki so much, and I just don't know if I'll be able to get him or not because he's fairly expensive. I might be able to get him if he pops up on Mandarake, and I don't have like much pre-ordered that month. Yeah, just a wonderful figure. That's Kaneki. Then we have Miss Erina Nakari, the bunny version. I missed out on her bare leg version this year, but honestly I actually don't like her with the bare legs. She looks a bit weird. So this is one of those figures that I will probably not be able to get unless her aftermarket suddenly comes down, because her aftermarket is ridiculous, and I don't think I'd be willing to spend that much on a figure, especially a bunny with like not overly complex sculpts. She's a wonderful bunny though, and I love Erina so much, and I love these little matching ears with her bunny suit, and I think she looks so cute here. And I really want her because I love the Food Wars girls. I mean, I love Food Wars, but only the Food Wars girls get bunnies and figures. So, yeah, I really love this bunny, but unfortunately, I probably won't be able to get her. But she's always on here because you never know. Maybe I end up getting her for like a good deal, and then, yeah. So, just always keeping an eye on Miss Erina to see what's happening with her. Okay, then the next one is kind of an odd figure. I don't like themed figures in general for like seasons, like Christmas. I don't really like Christmas figures, even though I love Christmas. It's like my favorite holiday, but Christmas figures not so much. However, Miss Mayuri from Steins Gate is my favorite girl from Steins Gate. I love her so much. I know there's Kurisu and I love Kurisu, but Miss Mayuri is so cute. Oh my god, I could just like squish her and give her a hug. And honestly, I think she was such a good female character in the way that, like, you first kind of think that she's an airhead, but Mayuri is anything but an airhead, which is what I really loved, how like perceptive she was of Okabe's emotions all the time, and like the state of things, and like kind of what was actually happening. She always had a feeling of what was going on. I really wanted a Mayuri figure because I really enjoyed Steins Gate and Mayuri. But there are like no good Mayuri figures except for this like little Christmas figure of her. And I don't think she looks overly Christmassy because she's in white, which is surprising. I normally don't like figures in all white, but it's Mayuri, so like. Also, look at the little oopas in her hair. Like, how cute is that? Like, no, this is such a good Mayuri figure, besides the fact that she's in Christmas stuff. Anyway, the next figure I have for you all is Tsuyu Asui. And I think I mentioned over here, I want to pick up this Uraraka, who is unpainted still. But obviously Sue and Uraraka are really good friends, and I actually think that they would look really lovely on a shelf together, because I doubt I'm going to be able to fit Bakugo, Midoriya, and Todoroki, and then Uraraka and Sue on the same shelf. So I'm probably only going to be able to fit the 3 boys together, I'm guessing. So yeah, I think this is a really cute figure of her. I kind of don't like that there's this word splash here, but like other than that, I think she looks so cute. I love her in her little hero costume. I love her tongue coming out. I love her little pose. She just looks so cute. And I love Sue. Actually, her quirk is it's way better than what I thought it was going to be. I was like, she can do whatever a frog can do, like, okay. And then, like, as you watch, you're like, okay, Sue is so badass. Like, being a frog is actually so cool. I have this Full Metal Alchemist figure still. I think I mentioned it in my Grails video. I'm probably never going to be able to get this because of the shipping cost. More than likely, unless I, like, ship it to me on a boat. Which I don't know if I'm comfortable with or not, given my postal system, but anyway, I don't really like the new Full Metal Alchemist figure. I think it's the dust around them that's really bothering me, and it also seems like horizontally very large, whereas this one just seems like vertically large. And even though the like little blue sparks around them look like a little weird, I think that it still looks good, and I like Ed more here. I don't know, I really just like this. I'm not sure, but I probably won't ever be able to get it, so that's nice. Okay, I don't know if can I show that? I don't know. Then this is one that I'm actually sort of kind of semi-actively looking for right now, and it's this Osamu Dazai 1/8 by Orange Rouge when he was in the Port Mafia. I love Bungo Stray Dogs, and I still love it. Like, I think it's been quite a while now since we watched the anime, and we've watched quite a few anime now in between, so I feel pretty happy that I still like it. And I mainly love the characters in Bungo Stray Dogs, just how they interact with each other and their personalities, and I love them so much. Like, Atsushi is such a little sweetheart, and Akutagawa makes me so sad, and I love him so much, and Chuya is just hilarious, and I love him. So yeah, I really love this figure of Dazai. I think he looks really nice and like suave. I think he would look really nice in my cabinet with Erina Saber Ultra Dress version. And I think, yeah, those two, I think those three have like a really nice aesthetic together. So I know where he would go. The next one, I know I said I wanted this Miku, which I still do, and I have pre-ordered this Miku already, so I have two Mikus. This Miku, she's not very high on my list, but I would really like to add this Miku to my collection someday, because when I saw her, I also just thought she was so beautiful. Like, she actually caught me off guard with how beautiful she was, because she's really simple as well, in terms of like, she doesn't have like much going on for her base. She literally has a pig and like a circle, but I just love how it looks like she's floating and like moving forward. I love the sculpt on her hair here, and like her face looks so angelic and beautiful, and I just love how they just made everything like sort of follow, like giving her movement, and she looks so beautiful. I love her, and I love this like thick fringe that she's got going on. I think it's stunning, and I'd really love to pick her up if I could. So okay, I'm not really sure. Can I show this? Well, we're gonna show it. This is like probably one of the only original characters I have on my list that's like a pre-owned figure. And it's this, what's her name? I think it's Usada Mimi or something like that. She is also from an illustration by Saitom. I love her. I saw this when Gwen, Danielle, and Haley all collaborated, and I think they did like Buy, Sell, Burn or something. This was one of the figures that popped up there, and when I saw her, I was like, oh my god, I'm in love with her. Like, this jacket, that jacket is beautiful. I love how she's pulling down her mask here, and how she has little bunny ears, but she's like in a bikini. I'm not really a fan of bikinis, but because of this jacket and the ears and the stockings, it like looks way more interesting than a bikini figure. Also, I love her shoes, and like her expression and her hair, she just looks so beautiful. And she's actually been on my to want list for a while, but she's just quite expensive, and I would rather have one of the other figures right now from anime that I love than an original character right now. But I definitely plan on picking her up in the future sometime. Next, we have this Kyo Soma figure from Fruits Basket. Another figure I will probably never end up getting, because it's like, what, $300 now? And I can't really find him anywhere. And when he was available on like Crunchyroll, which doesn't ship internationally, is so sad for me. He is on here because, you know, you never know, I might be able to find him somewhere, and if I do, I will pick him up straight away. I love him, but I am not willing to spend $300 on this figure at all, like not even close. So yeah. Then we have Stella, which I'm sure, actually, you know what, which I'm sure has been, you all know her, she's been like the talk of the figure community for a while now. She's another original character, probably, I think it's just her and the Usada Mimi one that are on my list. I think she is stunning. She is beautiful. I feel like I slept on her, and I really should have picked her up when I could have, because her aftermarket is crazy now, so I might not be able to get her. Then we have Miss Hisako Aruto, which I am also very sad I missed out on, because I'll probably only be able to get her if she comes out with a bare leg version, and I might not even like the bare legs, so she is a beautiful bunny though. I love Hisako in Food Wars. She is such a good person in Food Wars, and such a wonderful character. She's such a good friend to Erina, always there for her, and like never abandons her or uses her for anything. And I love this bunny suit color that they chose for her. I think it complements her hair so nicely, and her face is just, this is what Hisako would feel like in a bunny suit, honestly. She'd honestly be quite uncomfortable, but I still think she looks super cute, and it's like the only Hisako figure, so okay, then I've spoken about Gilgamesh in my prototypes video, so I'm not going to go into him. Very excited for him. Probably only going to get to see him painted later on this year, like a year after the prototype is revealed, so sad about that. Planning on getting him though. I love him very much. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is most of my list actually consists of drafts, so pre-orders, so thankfully there aren't many like pre-owned figures that I need to worry about. But that makes it a problem for pre-orders for me, because I can't be pre-ordering all of this with any anyway, we have Giyu Tomioka and Inosuke from Demon Slayer, the Kotobukiya figures. Yes, I can open them for you. But Giyu looks lovely, and this figure just looks so wonderful of him. I don't think I would be disappointed with him at all. I mean, look at that face. Oh, such a perfect Demon Slayer face. I mean, Giyu face. I don't like this face though. I only like his calm face. Here we go. Yeah, he looks wonderful. His blade looks perfect. His Haori looks amazing. I love this cute little fun water base over here. And it looks like there's some nice blue shading for his water Hashira vibes going on. So I love him. I love him. I want him. And then we have Inosuke, which I think his base is quite boring actually for a Kotobukiya figure, but I really like him and the sculpt on like his fur pelt thing here and his boar head, but I definitely want him with his extra face, because I'd want him with his face and then his boar head like somewhere on the floor next to him. Oh, here we go. Yeah. I mean, he looks wonderful. He looks exactly like Inosuke. I love him so much, and I would really love to have this figure. Then we have this Megumi Fushiguro from Jujutsu Kaisen. If it isn't obvious already, I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if you've been able to tell if you've watched a few videos on my channel. But yeah, there's the ESG Megumi that's been announced. And I probably plan on getting this one and the Estream one. So great, Megan. Good. I love the dog. I love Megumi. I love that he's doing his divine dog's 10 Shadows hands. I love his shoes. I love his pose. I love his hair. I love his face. I mean, I want this figure. I spoke about this in this original character in my prototypes video, so I'm not going to touch on her too much, but we haven't gotten an update yet, so I'm just worried that she's like just never going to exist. Then you may be wondering why I have Gojo twice on this list, colored and monochrome, and it's really only so that I can compare the colored one to the monochrome one when the monochrome one gets put up for pre-order. It's been very difficult for me to resist buying this Gojo though, even though I have no money for him. I almost bought him on Amazon Japan the other day. I was so close to checking out and I was like, I don't have this money. I just paid for Gojo FX, so no, we can't. I found Gojo on FNX on Nin, so I paid for him already, just if you're wondering. It's not like released or anything. But yeah, so he's just here to compare. But I'm pretty sure I like this monochrome one more. Okay, then we have Hawks, who I'm dying to get, but again, I can't afford him. And he is actually available on Amazon Japan. Also, the glasses over here come off of his actual face, not just the extra faceplate, so I don't need the extra faceplate, which is great. And I love this figure. I love his wings. I love his outfit. I love that he's holding his big like wing sword thing that looks like a katana. I love his pose. I don't know if I said that. I love his hair sculpt. I love his face. I just actually got my Izuku Midoriya figure, so if that's anything to go off of, Hawks will look incredible. Mirio's pose looks really weird, but I hope it looks nice. I have high hopes. So Tamaki looks so cool in his Sun Eater outfit. I hope that this clam doesn't look like super weird in figure form, but I love how much they're showing off his quirk. I think he looks so good, and I feel like that'll be a really nice figure of him. And Nejire, oh, Nejire looks so cute. I mean, look at her with her little spirals. Oh, she's so cute. This is such a good one of her. Like, I am so happy with this pose that they chose. I hope this is the pose they go with for Nejire at least. Just so cute. Love her. Anyway, so that's the big three. Obviously there's this Miku I spoke about before. I plan on pre-ordering her. She's beautiful. She blew me away. We have the Jujutsu Kaisen Kotobukiya figures, which I am excited to see. I don't know if I can afford them and the Estream ones. And I don't know if I want two of like every character, but yeah, it's probably going to be pretty tempting if they come out really nicely, but I'm excited to see what they do. And then we have this, I missed Giyu, sorry, but yeah, there's like no art on him yet, but obviously I'm very excited for this Alta figure. I can't wait to see him, especially after my Shinobu update. Then we have Ikumi Mito from Food Wars, a B-style bunny. I was really surprised that she got a bunny announcement because, I mean, I love Ikumi, but I love Megumi more, and I thought Megumi would get a bunny first, but she isn't. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I still love Ikumi, so I'm glad that she's getting a bunny, but I'm sad that Megumi isn't getting a bunny yet. And the next figures I have for you is Aniplex figures. And I have this Akaza, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to pre-order him like pretty soon. I have been thinking about him for like, I think the past month already, and I just keep going back to him and keeping like, I really like this Akaza figure. I really like him. I really like his face. I really like that they included his blood demon art in his base. I also like this pose because it's literally the pose he does to activate his blood demon art. And I really love Akaza. I think he's a top-notch demon. And he would be the first to go in my demon shelf. So yeah, I'm very tempted. So I think I just convinced myself to go and pre-order Akaza, because I really do keep going back to him. The only thing is that it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of shading on like these little ropes over here, and it is Aniplex, so you know, but he does look really good. I personally love his face. I think this is an amazing Akaza figure. I despise the Mega House one. I don't think it looks anything like him. He's also kicking, which at least in the anime we don't see him really kick. He really uses his fists more. So yeah, I didn't like that one, but everyone seems to love him, so I don't know. But yeah, I love this Akaza. So then we have Mr. Tengen Uzui, who looks amazing. So I was like this close. I was gonna pre-order him the other day because look at this face. So good. Such a good face. I love this extra head. Yeah, I want this figure. However, Kotobukiya recently announced that they're doing a Tengen figure, and now I feel like I should wait to see Kotobukiya's before making any judgment on this one. But I do, if I really want this one though. So I don't know if he becomes available, because I wanted to get him on Nin game, but he sold out. If he becomes available on Nin, I'm probably gonna pick him up. So yeah, I love this figure. He looks so good. Just incredible. I love the Macy hair more than this one, but I still think this is really nice. The only problem I have with this figure is its base. It looks huge. It looks like it's going to take up so much space, and it's going to be so difficult to display him. And it's like kind of ugly, but I understand that it's him like hitting the ground and it's all the dust. So I feel like I can forgive it for how good they made Tengen look. Then we have Nezuko. I've mentioned her in my Wonfes video. I love her. This is the Nezuko figure I'm getting. Keep checking every day for like an update on the paint. Okay, then you're probably wondering, why are these still on your wish list, Megan? Why haven't you pre-ordered them? And it's because I'm thinking about them, because they cost more than I expected them to cost. Also, I thought you could only get Suguru in like one place. It turns out they're available on Nen Game. He is quite expensive though for being quite a simple figure, so I am thinking about it, but it's Suguru, so I'm probably gonna make an exception, you know? But from the front, he looks good, and I really love his clothes and that he has Playful Cloud. I was hoping he was gonna have Playful Cloud. But yeah, his face is like a little iffy, but like it's Suguru, so like, make an exception. And this Gojo, they did such a good job with this Gojo. Oh my god, his face looks so good. I was so surprised when I saw this. I was like, what? Did such a good job. Yeah, I really want this Gojo, and I'm probably gonna pick him up. So the next one is I have all the Estream figures. I have Itadori, we have Gojo, we have Suguru, I literally know that Suguru's there. We have Sukuna, Toge, Nanami, then I think this is like Maki and like Panda. This is Panda. This one is Maki, so then this one must be Megumi, and this one is not a Jujutsu Kaisen figure. Yeah, so I plan on getting all of these. But yeah, so they're very high on my wish list, obviously because they are pre-orders, so they're easy for me to get. They are Jujutsu Kaisen. They are very, very high on my list, and I would very much like to add them to my collection, and I literally check every single day now that it is March. I open up this Gojo to see if they have opened up his pre-orders somehow. They have not, and I'm disappointed because it's the 3rd of March and they haven't opened his pre-orders. I'm so impatient, it's just not even funny how impatient I am. And I actually have like 2 prize figures on my thing, and it's the Noodle Stoppers in their Lost in Paradise end scene outfits, and I love that. I love that. It's Gojo and Yuji, and I love them, and I want them, and I don't really know where to get them from, or if you can only get them when they're painted. I don't have experience in prize figures. Please help me. Then I spoke about this Dazai. Very excited for him. I literally can't wait to see him. I definitely will get him. I spoke about this config of Daki and Gyutaro. Very, very excited for them as well. I just wish they were a scale, so I hope that there is a scale of the 2 of them, because I definitely want them together. I don't want to separate them. That would break my heart again. Now this figure, I have had a change of heart about this Tanjiro, because let me tell you, this looks cool, right? Where is it? This does not. This giant ass box does not look cool anymore. That looks like, first of all, this looks like it's gonna cost a fortune. Also, this is gonna take up so much space, and it's gonna be so heavy. And this kind of looks like it's gonna block out a whole bunch of figures and be really clunky. And like now I feel upset because it's such a good Tanjiro figure and such a good Tanjiro face, and now I feel like it's messed up by this giant, big, clunky box. A diorama, basically, but you know, I'm upset about it. And I wish that it wasn't like this, and it's probably gonna come off my wish list, especially probably after I see the price of this. So, see? Look at this. Gross. Maybe noticing I haven't pre-ordered Diane, and she went up for pre-order today. First of all, they forgot her tattoo. Okay, let me know. I don't want to get started on that. I haven't pre-ordered her because she's kind of more expensive than I thought she was gonna be. She is available on Amazon Japan, so I'm considering her, but I feel like I really want to think about her before pre-ordering her because I'm feeling very uncertain. Because I'm kind of not liking her as much as I did. I love Diane and I love the 7 Deadly Sins. It's kind of upsetting that I am not loving this figure right now. And I have Elizabeth, so I'd love a Diane, but it's just, and she's also releasing in October, and I'm pretty sure there's another figure I want that I'm considering getting that's releasing in October. So okay, then this is the Tengen figure I was telling you about by Koto. Doesn't have anything yet, so very excited for him though, because I love my Rengoku. Then we just have a shit ton of Haikyuu Nendoroids. Literally, like here we go. They are all pretty high on my wish list. But like not as high because I know that they regularly get re-releases, so I'm kind of waiting out the ones with very high aftermarket. Literally looking at this row. So yeah, I'm waiting out to see if I can get a few more re-releases, because I got Bokuto and Akashi, got Kenma, you know. So yeah, I do plan on collecting all of them. I love them in the little orange uniforms here from the Nationals arc. Here is Nishinoya in his one. I love the school uniform versions of Kenma and Bokuto, and also Hinata and Kageyama in their jackets. And then here's the second uniform of Kenma and Kuro, which I plan on pre-ordering. So yeah, they're all really high, but I'm just waiting to see if there's any re-releases of them before I take a plunge into aftermarket. I love Megumi from Food Wars, and she doesn't have any figures besides this Nendoroid, and I love this Nendoroid of her. She is adorable, she is cute, she is precious. I love this, I love this, I love this scene so much. I love this face, so Megumi. And yeah, I would really love to get her, but she is, yeah, she's expensive. She's expensive, so. Then I have this Envy Nendoroid from Fullmetal Alchemist. Envy is actually one of my favorite homunculi, pretty unpopular opinion. I love him though, and I want this Nendoroid of him. We have this Fruits Basket Nendoroids of Yuki and Kyo. I don't actually know if these are going to get an update anytime soon, but I do plan on getting them even though they're by Toy Tech, because I love Fruits Basket. So I love Kyo, I love Yuki, their Nendoroids look precious, and I must have them. This Snow Miku, I was so confused. I thought that you couldn't get her, but it seems like they had like stock of her and the in-stock stuff sold out. But you can like pre-order her now, so that's like one of the things I was super confused about last time. But this Snow Miku is adorable. It's the only Snow Miku I've ever wanted, because look at her, look how cute she is. I love her and I want her and I must have her. But when is she releasing? Right, that's a bad month for me. July is actually a pretty heavy month. I have like, well, I say heavy, but I have like 3 Nendoroids pre-ordered for July. So yeah, that is not a good month. Then we just have my Jujutsu Kaisen Nendoroids here that are just sitting waiting for updates, and I'm very excited. Waiting very, very like on edge for them. We have Chifuyu over here, which is a Tokyo Revengers character. Draken recently got his Nendoroid. Okay, so that's just like not gonna load. It's fine. And yeah, I'd really like this Chifuyu, and I think he's gonna come out really nice. I love Chifuyu. He's an angel and he's stunning, and I love him and I need him. Then we have the final seasons of Eren and Reiner over here. Really want them, very excited for them. Yeah, just so excited. I mentioned these two already. Now, before I mention the last one, if you haven't read Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 8 and 9, I would probably suggest skipping to the timestamp I put. I put this on here because this is an acrylic stand I have actually been searching for and I seriously wanted. It is of Gojo and Suguru together. Oh, and it's literally, it comes out of a manga page. Oh, I love them so much. I love Suguru so much. And just Suguru and Gojo, best friends forever. I love them, I love them, I love this art of them, and I need it. I need this acrylic stand. But yeah, that's all I have for you, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. And I'd like to know some of your figures that you are currently wishing for and that are pretty high on your wish list. If you want to tell me, of course, there's no pressure. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you all next week, but it's okay if you don't want to. I understand. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely day, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye, guys!